Sister wives, Kody and Meri get heated about the end of their marriage. Meri and Kody Brown are meeting to talk about the end of their relationship in this week's episode of Sister Wives. But the conversation quickly got heated as Kody called out Meri for how she handled the split, claiming she was blaming it all on him. However, Meri continued to say the end of their relationship was both of their faults. As one chapter closes, another one opens, especially for Christine Brown Woolley, who has a new boyfriend, David Woolley. While talking to her kids about David, they admit it's all happening very fast. Sister wives Kody didn't know he was in terrible relationships with Christine, Janelle, and Meri. Sister Wives star Kody Brown looked back on his marriages to exes Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown, admitting that the relationships were only good for sex. I was in terrible relationships but wasn't willing to discard them. Didn't want to discard them, Kody, 55, said in a confessional during the Sunday, October 20, episode of the TLC series. I didn't even know I was in terrible relationships. He then said that people in bad relationships don't often know at the time. You just think you're in a normal relationship because all your friends have the same problem until you're in a normal relationship that has deep emotional intimacy instead of the butting heads. Kody continued, seemingly referring to his last remaining marriage to wife Robyn Brown. Some people call it F and F, and the second word is fight, or F and F and the first word is fight. The patriarch continued while reflecting on his sex lives with his former wives. That doesn't create intimacy, that just creates orgasms. Which reality TV show would you want to join? Despite admitting that his marriages with Christine, 52, Janelle, 55, and Meri, 53, were all unhealthy, he said that his marriage with Meri was on the rocks ever since they tied the knot in 1990. And how would I know that? Kody continued about his first marriage. Because I had such a better relationship with Janelle, with Christine, with Robyn, and Janelle and Christine didn't survive. The father of 18 added that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, instead of remaining with Meri for over 30 years. Christine was the first of Kody's wives to leave him in November 2021, while Janelle followed suit in December 2022. Meri and Kody also sparked split rumors in December 2022, though didn't confirm their decision to separate until January 2023. In recent episodes, fans watched Meri ask the church to be released from her marriage to Kody. After the request was granted during the October 13 episode, Meri explained why she wanted to move forward with the process. It's basically the equivalent of a divorce, Meri explained. It was a very, very hard conversation. This is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I intended when I married Kody. She then noted that the spiritual ceiling of their relationship was still intact after she and Kody legally divorced in 2014 so that he could marry Robyn, 45. When we marry, it is for eternity, the reality star continued. That's the intention. After noting that she took her vows seriously, Meri explained that being released from the church meant that she and Kody were no longer kept together for eternity. She continued, "We are no longer married in any way, shape, or form." Meri added that she was granted the release on the grounds of abandonment, and she acknowledged that Kody wouldn't approve of the reasoning. Kody later reflected on the reasoning during the October 20 episode. They said they'd give Meri a release, a divorce on account of abandonment, and I just don't believe that that's true at all. She was never abandoned, he insisted. How Sister Wives Kody Brown could repair relationship with his kids. Fans of Sister Wives are watching Kody Brown go down a rabbit hole when it comes to facing his family issues. The father of 18 can't seem to understand that the pain and suffering have been due to his own hands. Outsiders easily can see that the Brown children will always be the kids in the situation. Kody is waiting for them to come to him and apologize. In reality, it should be the other way around. Kody still marches to the beat of his own drum. But at this rate, it's a war drum, and he is about to love the home field advantage. In the most recent episode of Sister Wives, Gabe Brown opens up about the ongoing situation with his father. As followers will recall, the significant fallout occurred during COVID-19 when Kody tried implementing stricter rules in the CDC. Kody just wanted his large polygamous family to conform to his wishes, but his teenage boys had other plans. Kody and Janelle Brown's sons wanted to see their girlfriends, and eventually Kody tried kicking them out of the family home. Luckily, Janelle stepped in before that could happen. But the fight has stuck with Gabe, who has been filmed repeatedly crying over the situation. This week, Gabe visited Janelle for breakfast, sharing that Kody had hit me up. But the 22-year-old added, "It was strange because he was like, 'Hey, I miss you.' And then he was like, he kept, phrasing it like I owe him an apology." Gabe felt ambushed. Eventually, I was just like, "Hey, unless you're actually ready to have a relationship and fix things, then we're not going to talk anymore." He came back a couple of days later and texted me. He's like, "Hey, I've been thinking about what you've been saying. I forgive you, please forgive me." I was like, "Forgive me for what? What's going on here?" Kody Brown doesn't understand the definition of accountability. Gabe wondered why his father found it so difficult to understand the proper protocol. Gabe shared with Janelle, "I told Dad that if he doesn't change and he can't take accountability, then I just won't ever see him again. And I'm perfectly ok with that." To be honest, I think most of the Brown children have made the same decision regarding their dad. Janelle, who divorced Kody in December 2022, noted that she doesn't know what it would take at this point to get things back on track. The second wife of Kody shared that the entire family is so busy, and they're starting to spread out across the country. But Gabe had a different thought process, noting, "I think it would take Dad really setting things straight. And I think that would take an act of God." Janelle has always taken her kids' side, adding, their dad had been expressing things to them just off the cuff about, he wished that he would have waited and just married Robyn. I don't know what dad says that to their kids, but my kids have many stories like that. I don't love Kody as a father figure, but I hope that he can still redeem himself. Everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes I think his children forget that this is Kody's first time at life too. There is no manual for marriage or raising children. But to have any hope of making amends, he has to take accountability. I know I sound like a broken record, but Kody just needs to say, "I'm sorry for YZ," and allow his children to explain why they feel the way they do towards him. If Kody can admit his faults, which feels undoable currently, and just fall to his knees, I think some of his children will be open to reconciliation. However, Kody has chosen to do the complete opposite. If what Gabe is saying is true, the patriarch has chosen to gaslight and manipulate his offspring. At the rate he is going, Kody will end up alone and miserable due to his inability to apologize. After a while, a cranky old man act won't win anyone over. So Kody needs to think hard and either shape up or ship out.